game is, right? So you can see a particular area, right, when you swing back and forth, whatever, right? So you know there's a bad guy over there and there's a bad guy over there. The concept is the same as a video game, all right? And so what happens is if I'm here and I'm shooting with the wire, let's say this bunker is called Gator, right? So I know there's a Gator. My teammates tell me there's a Gator, there's a Cobra, there's a Home, right? And then they tell me there's Dorito 1 or whatever the code is, right? What just happened is, boom, in my brain, I don't have to see it, but I know what it looks like, and that tells me what lanes and abilities, shots they have. So I sit there and say, well, I'm safe from the D side. D1 can't hurt me, D corner can't hurt me, none of that can hurt me. So I know there's a guy in my mirror, I've got dominance on him. What can hurt me? Cobra. Home can't hurt me until I clear a certain point. So in my mind's eye, I can see what the other guys look like facing this way. Does that make sense?
Step one is to get the codes down.
Right.
Once you get the codes down, later on you'll be able to see where everybody is and know what moves you can make ahead of time.
For instance, we used to have a code with my old team, right? And the code was Seattle. If they yelled Seattle, that tells me there's no one in this corner, there's no one in that bunker, and there's no one in the snake. But that doesn't mean there's not someone in that can. It just tells me snake is free, right? Now, if someone yelled Seattle Seahawks, guess what I was doing? Because that tells me from this can over, no one's alive.
And we're doing the same thing by saying no snake, no animals. No
Right.
snake, no animals.
That's right. So the whole point is we want to communicate the most amount of information in tiny little words. Kind of like Aladdin. You've watched that movie Aladdin, right? I love that movie. And he's like, massive power! Small little living.
I hope you've got a little girl.
I do. So my point, I've got a little girl and 3 boys.
Yeah.
So, but that's what it is. The whole point of communication and all that is we try to get a tremendous amount of information in the shortest amount of time. It tells everybody what's happening.
All right, Bianca, here's what I mean. You're not busy. Here's what I need. No, you can leave the cover on it. It's the message that I paste.
One question. Those guys moved up great.
tank.
The guy held good by himself. This guy was going to die. What should he have done? What should have
Well,
happened?
the minute he hears delta, it's real simple. Watch this. The minute he hears delta, right? Watch this. So he's in the delta. He can't shoot.
He's aware.
Yeah, he's aware now. That guy has to expose himself to get a better shot, which offers him an opportunity to shoot him.
And where was this guy down there then? Was he at Cobra?
He was in that can.
This one right here.
So two things happen. So I can still, here's the beauty, I can still fight with that can even with the delta because of this nipple. It's all about bunker awareness.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you can also wrap the
All right,
outside.
so-
Can wrap the outside.
Am I splitting this?
Ah, yeah, I see what you're asking. Okay.
And right eye, I mean dominant eye.
Right.
That's the 10 minutes I need.
Yeah,
from you.
okay, not a problem. This is a real simple thing to do. I love, this is my favorite thing to teach people because they all go, never even thought about it. All right, the first thing you want to know, what I do is when I watch people is when they're shooting. Notice what I'm doing. Okay, I've got my finger's not on the trigger, so. What's happening? Gun's on my nose. What's my elbow doing?
Tucked in.
It's pointing straight, right? It's a natural, right? So gun's on my nose. Now what'll happen is I'm right eye dominant, right? So gun's on my nose. Now here's what's gonna happen with most right eye dominant people when they go to their left hand. What just happened? The hopper moved in,
Yeah, I know.
right? And the reason why is because they want to get that right eye in. So they'll do this. The trick, the actual correct way, is this. Right now, here's how you trick your brain. Right, and I showed you guys this, right? When you, it's not. Okay. When you do this, you're going to see 2 feed necks.
That's right. I remember.
Just watch. Just watch this. I don't want you to look at the feed neck. I want you to focus on the tree. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you should see 2 greenish little feed necks in the forefront.
No, I just
Still looking at the green?
ignore the feed neck.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but you see the feed neck is 2 though.
No,
right?
I do.
Okay, so now watch this. Is the gun, can we turn the gun on?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and turn the gun on. I'll show you something really fun. If you're doing it right, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you to look at the X in your left hand. All right, straight up and down. Put the X, now you're focusing on the X, but I want you to put it between the 2 blurry feed necks and pull the trigger. Do it again.
Hang on. So focus on the feed neck.
Now
Or the X?
focus on the X. Put it between the feed necks.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Very nice. I've never heard anything like that. Wow, that's cool.
You see,
Wow.
I still see two. I still see two right now.
Split 'em.
I know that's good. That's good.
I still see two on my right eye.
Right.
Then just split.
So guess
split 'em up
what?
Both times.
I got you.
So you're neither.
Yeah.
You're neither right eye or left eye dominant.
Okay. Cool.
Isn't that neat?
That's a good lesson.
Because that's one of my favorite
Still on.
lessons for people, because they sit there going, I can't do it, I can't do it. Because what's the first thing they do? Is when they go to the left hand, man, borrow your gun one more time. They'll go to their left hand, right? And they'll sit there and they'll do it straight up and down, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna put it on my nose. And so they'll aim at the X. I'm aiming at the X, all right? So they'll aim at the X. And they're putting it on their nose and they think it's so hard, and then they shoot, and is it on? No. And this one?
Yeah, just hold it.
And then hold it, and yeah.
Yep.
All right. And it's so funny because they're like, okay, I've got it on my nose. I don't have my other eye in there. And watch where the ball goes.
Huh. Right.
It goes to the right. Why does it go to the right?
Because you just keeping it.
Because they're still focused. Now notice my barrel. Now if I sit there and I go, okay, put it on my nose, and now I focus.
Split 'em. Brilliant.
Because what
I
it's
always just watch where the first ball goes
well,
and
and
adjust.
the reason why, well, here's the reason why it would come in handy. All right. We're snap shooting, all right? So I want to shoot the N, right? So I want to shoot the N, all right? The key on the snap shooting is now I know that if I'm right eye dominant, I want to get that eye in, right? So what's the first thing that's going to leave the bunker? My head. And what is that guy going to shoot? So what we want to do is, because when we put it on a gun, it naturally points our elbow, right? So now it's, right? So it's with the edge. And the way this works is, because I want to go ahead and trick my brain and look at the two, I know that with my eyes like this, all right, and my barrel has cleared, all right, where is that shot? Right on the end. And the reason why, and now, because I'm right on the end, right, how much of my barrel is showing? How much of my face is showing? The only thing that's showing is my barrel and maybe half of my eye. So that's the reason. This is how they train helicopter pilots who have to read data on a heads-up display on one eye. They'll get them used to it. I trained my guys by putting them eye patches on them. And I made them do snap shooting. Okay, I made them snap shoot with a...
If you're trying to shoot the middle of the two, though.
Well, that's because there's two reasons.
That's because they're right or left eye dominant.
They were right or
Which
left
you're-
eye dominant, which you're not.
Which you're not, so you don't.
So
really
what
have
I'm
to worry
doing is
about
I'm
that.
tricking their brain.
So if I see out to both sides,
You're good.
It should be fine. But
I've
remember,
never tried to. I literally watch where the first ball goes.
and that's
adjust.
fine. But in a snapshot,
Well, no,
you don't want to do
hey,
that.
No.
You know, you want to be
And
able
not
to.
only that, if you make a move and you're waiting on somebody to come out, you can't wait the first ball. They know.
Right.
I've been trying to focus it all, you know, and instead just split 'em. That's perfect.
Yeah, the whole point is, how many of you shoot pistols? Okay. Right? So when you're shooting pistol, I instruct. So when I'm shooting people, I'm teaching people to shoot pistols. I'm not telling them to look at the back sight, and tell them to focus that front sight. Because in most pistol shooting combat, if I put that front sight on, it doesn't matter where the back is.
Right.
If I put that on you, I'm scoring.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, thing is though, I'm looking at this big mass, and then I've got this cool
That
little
big.
white dot, right? So that cool little white dot's right there. But now I'm looking at you, and now I see two fingers. So all I have to do, because
Split
I'm
it
right eye
between the
dominant,
dots.
the real one is going to be centered. The second one's going to be kind of blurry over here, because I'm right eye dominant, right? If you're left eye dominant, the center one's going to be there. This one's over here.
Okay.
So when I see that on my target, I know that, okay, it's the one on the
Right,
left.
or left, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
You know what I did? I had laser surgery, and this is my reading eye. This used to be my strong eye. So now I went to the pistol. We went to a date night thing. We won it anyway. But I pulled the pistol up, looking for the front sight, and it's blur. You know, I'm like, oh shit, I wouldn't. This is my. I can see long with this one and read with this one, but you know, it's fine. You get used to it.
Yeah.
We always have a dominant eye, but what I did was, I did the wrong eye. So now I really need to learn to shoot left-handed.
Yeah.
Or even
It's-
split it.
Or split it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Split
and
it.
that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that. I train
They
my
can
guys
fix
with
your
that.
eyes, by the way. If you
can.
can't fucking do glasses, trust me. I got a $700 pair of glasses off the top of a roof. I'm like, that quit.
But I would,
Yeah.
I would train them with that, because it was funny because you put it on them and they'd snap and they were shooting way this way, and they kept blowing the bunker up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is
Hitting
too
the
funny.
bunker, yeah.
Too funny. So you know, but it's all about. I'm all about body mechanics and about training the brain. That's muscle memory is very
So
important.
how did you get into to do all this training? Your military? Police
Well,
officer?
my whole family's Marine Corps.
No, we do HUA.
We all do.